How's it going, guys? Cameron here with Canadian Gamer, coming at you with another video, changing things up again with my camera. Today I'm using my SR12 Sony Handycam, which I haven't used in quite a while, so I wanted to play around with it today. Yesterday I was using my Canon camcorder, so I like to switch things around back and forth. I find a lot of times with the camcorder, you get much better results when shooting outside. It really takes advantage of the natural lighting, whereas when I'm shooting my games room here, I've got the lights on. I've got another light right in my face here, an LED bright light, but you guys obviously can't tell. It might seem like it's a little bit dark in here, but I just wanted to sort of give you a bit of background with regards to my setup, because sometimes you guys are probably wondering, right? There's effort there. Trust me, there's light in the background. Okay, I'm making the best of the situation. Okay. I was talking to Super Nintendo, who is good buddies with PK in the universe, and he was showing me a picture. He picked up a Canon camcorder, an older one, like a 2006 model. And I don't know if he was trolling me or not, but I thought it was really cool. He's got a little snippet of video he posted on his Twitter feed, and the camera's running at like 15 frames a second, so it's like really choppy. But what's interesting, and we'll just say this and we'll get off the topic because I know a lot of you guys don't care about it, but with a couple of my camcorders, they do have the option to shoot at 24 frames a second, which is the equivalent of what a lot of TV shows would shoot at a lower frame rate, 24 frames a second. So I'd like to maybe play around with that at some point and see what kind of results that gives. That'd be interesting to try that out, just to see if it gives me more of a TV aesthetic, TV quality aesthetic. That Miami Vice, that nice grimy 80s look. So we'll see. The main purpose of today's video, it's a bit overwhelming, to be honest with you, but there was a huge Microsoft leak. Microsoft is finally, I guess, tying up loose ends with regards to closing the Activision Blizzard deal, specifically with the FTC over in the UK and their regulatory boards, what have you not. But a document, everyone's saying it's leaked. I don't know if it's leaked, because a lot of times when you're closing a deal that's this big, a company like Microsoft may have to publicly provide these documents. When I say publicly, give it over to an entity that's allowed to share these documents with the public. It's a small price to pay if it means Microsoft is able to close this deal. So for those out there that are saying they're leaked documents, I find that hard to believe that these documents would be leaked, because from what I'm seeing, these documents, there's no way they would get into the wrong hands. There's just no way. With all the lawyers involved, there's no fucking way. There's no way. If that is the case, then somebody's in big shit. Someone's going to prison, because you don't just leak documents like this. But there's a new Xbox Series X that's in the pipeline, and it's cool looking. It's like a cylinder. It's really cool looking. It has no disk drive, but it's basically the equivalent of a PS5 dickless console. And for those out there that are acting like all shocked about this, why would you be shocked about it? This is exactly probably what Microsoft should have done right from the get-go. They should have released a Series X without the disk drive, instead of releasing the Series S, which is handicapped, and a lot of developers are having a hard time releasing modern games that run appropriately on the Series S. So yeah, it's not shocking at all. And for those calling Microsoft a liar, because Microsoft, or Phil Spencer, said that they had no plans of releasing an upgrade to the Xbox Series X. Well, this proposed new console is not an upgrade. It's just an Xbox Series X without the disk drive. Okay, now if I have that wrong, then I apologize. If there's a new console coming out that takes advantage of better takes advantage of if there's a new console coming out that is better capable of taking advantage of some of these modern creature comforts like ray tracing, because as we know, the Series X can do ray tracing, but it's typically capped at 30 FPS, right? So I don't know. Maybe I've got it wrong. If I do, I apologize. The other interesting leak, there's a new Xbox controller coming out, which I can't believe. And it's going to have haptic feedback similar to the PS5 controller. And it's going to have longer arms, like a PS5 controller. And the image that was shown in the document is two-toned, which is really weird. And there's all these other things that are happening with the new controller. So I'm kind of shocked that Microsoft is entertaining the idea of releasing a new revised controller after all of us have gone out and bought new controllers recently, whether it was because of interesting color schemes, or maybe we ran out and bought a Pro controller, or maybe a more modern version 2 of the Pro controller, or even that cool Starfield controller that recently came out. For Microsoft to drop another controller, it's like, oh my god. And there was like a timetable like of games that are set to be released over the next couple of years. And again, I have a hard time wrapping my head around it. Like one of the games on there was actually, believe it or not, Oblivion. And it said it was Oblivion Remastered. I think that's what it said. So like, what's that going to be? Is that just going to be a re-release of Oblivion rendered in 4K? I don't think they would overhaul that game. Like, aside from, the resolution and maybe a few touch-ups here and there. But I mean, if they did release, if Bethesda and Microsoft did re-release Oblivion, well, that would be freaking cool. I love that game. That would be really cool. And there were some other games on there as well. What was there? A Fallout 3 remastered? I don't know if that game needs to be remastered, to be honest with you. But again, that's pretty cool as well. So there's lots of stuff in the timeline. Again, a lot of it's heavily focused around Bethesda, obviously. So that's it. Just a short video. I just wanted to talk about those leaks. I think there was something else in the documents talking about. Phil Spencer said that he was interested in one point of buying Nintendo or purchasing Nintendo back in 2020. So it'll be interesting to see if anybody gets in trouble for these leaks. It'll be interesting to see. I wonder what Microsoft thinks about this. I wonder what Phil Spencer thinks about this. Again, I'm telling you, at the end of the day, I don't think Microsoft really gives two shits about this leak, because number one, if it means closing this deal once and for all to acquire Activision, it's a small price to pay. And number two, most consumers out there do not watch YouTube. They don't watch our videos. They don't know about this leak. They don't care, okay? Oh my god. It's so easy to forget that we live inside a gaming bubble. Yes, there's a huge community of millions of people that are into video games. But guess what? In the grand scheme of things, when you're talking about everybody on planet Earth, it's like a fraction. It's like a fraction of a percent, okay? Nobody, believe me. The mother out there that's 38 years old that's going into Walmart to pick her son up a new game, she doesn't know about these leaks, okay? She doesn't know what an Xbox Series X is, okay? She doesn't know about the new Xbox controller. Seriously, guys. Yeah. So that's it. Not much else going on. Again, still working my way. It'll be a long time before I beat Starfield. So yeah, still chipping away at it. I'm about halfway through. Hate to keep bringing this up. Need for Speed Porsche Unleashed. I was playing it last night. Almost done it. That's it. There's not much else going on. I really wanted to talk about those leaks. I thought it was really interesting, and I wanted to play around with the other camcorder as well. I haven't used it in quite a while. So hopefully Nintendo is able to rig up his camcorder. If he could record at least one video with his camcorder, if he could get it running at 30 FPS, just just for nostalgic reasons alone, that would be cool if he did that. I think that would be really cool if you did that, Nick. Oh man. Oh man. All right. So I'm going to cut it off there. Just a sweet and short video. And I hope you guys are doing well. Tomorrow is hump day, and then we're headed into the weekend. Looking forward to that as well. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for me. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good night.